Good evening. Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That's me, the babbler. That's me. As you can see, raspy as I can be. I'm just truly exhausted, guys. But a message from Rumi is on the horizon. So here I am. I was shuffling at this time, and I'm just gonna read it straight from Rumi's oracle. So the card that's pulled right now is beyond death. There's life. And so may this message resonate with you in my body, heart, and soul in every single kind of way. And excuse the raspiness of my voice this evening. Footprints lead to the shore of the sea. Beyond that point, no trace remains. Rumi, I am calling to you. Can you hear me? Listen. Listen within your heart. There I speak. My voice rings true. You are urged beyond what has been. The time has come. Lay it to rest now. This ending comes as grace to free you from all that you have known. For what you have known is now too small for your soul. Bear your uncertainty and equanimity. I am certain enough for both of us. Allow me to show you the light that you are, that burns within you, blazing angel of heavenly purity. I will unveil you to yourself, undressing your ego, casting aside its layers, as tender as a lover, with unwavering attention upon the sacred body of light. You shall know yourself in truth, as pure beyond all experience, untainted, ever innocent, as a pure vessel stripped bare, ready for the divine revelation, as light, as life, as love. The soul craves variety because it leads to wholeness, and wholeness leads to divine revelation. The purpose of the soul incarnating in this world in the first place is to realize its divinity through the sacred crucible of life. The older the soul, the closer it is to the realization of divine oneness, and the more powerful its determination to shed that which would constrain complete and conscious immersion into the divine presence. So here you are, an old soul at the edge of something you have known, at the cusp of an ending and a beginning. Perhaps you are already in surrender and falling in, or perhaps you are fearful and resisting as you greet your unknown destiny. Yet this moment, it's happening because your own divine soul has chosen for it to be this way, so that love may grow. There is no punishment in this ending, nor is there anything to fear. There may be pain, there may be grief and loss, there may be uncertainty and even insecurity. Yet you have a heart big enough to bear such growing pains. Your heart is even big enough to receive the joy that is lying in wait for you as you stumble across her in the course of your clumsy, inspired travels into new life. You can scoop her up in your arms and spin her wildly about as she delights in your embrace, throwing her head back and laughing her vibrant, contagious laughter, filling you with exquisite ecstasy. Yes, you shall know the truth, the knowledge that the divine is with you, guiding every unfolding moment of your life journey. No matter how dark it may first appear, the divine is with you in unflinching generosity, with compassion, and with fierce passion for your blossoming into all that you are, all that you can be. So what you must do to receive this divine grace, this new life, you must be willing to face death. It may be that death has come to you in the form of a loss of a beloved one, a physical loss that takes you into the darkest despair or depths of your grieving heart. It may be death that comes to you in the ending of a financial or professional situation you once relied upon. It could also be in the sense that you don't really know who you are anymore. Old identities having shown themselves to be inadequate, inaccurate, mere ego mass too small for the great being that you are starting to suspect you may be. Your death may be a choice to let go, to take a step deep in a new direction, to move house, to end a relationship, to change career, or to step away from a religious or philosophical tradition or a group or a teacher. Your death may not feel as though it has come by choice at all. It may be a sickness that leaves you feeling helpless, a relationship or other life circumstance changing when you wish with all your heart that it would not. Your transition through the death may be triggered by an inner feeling that you cannot quite pin down. Nonetheless, it is powerfully propels you away from what has been and towards untapped possibilities, perhaps even towards great confusion as you encounter life in a new way, feeling even somewhat unprepared and uncertain as to what may lay ahead of you now. How you deal with this grace, hidden though it may at first appear to be under the cloak of crisis, is up to you. You have enough spiritual intelligence to shift perspective and to choose, if you wish, to rest your inner gaze upon what lies beyond the death. Gaze instead upon the new life that is calling you. When you know deep within that no matter what experience you have had in your life that you are untainted, you will be more easily able to trust in the love the divine has for you. You won't question your worthiness, and therefore you will trust in life more easily and more fully, no matter how much it takes of you at times. The divine is a relentless lover. It wants nothing less than your total being to be held in its embrace. Sometimes that means we will have to give up lesser loves for the greater lover, the divine one that calls us to remember one true nature. You are a beautiful, blazing soul, having a human experience that defies explanation and opens you up to divinity. That is what is happening in your life now, whether the death is obvious and painful to you, or whether you are uncertain as to how it is as yet to show up in your life. Either way, there is an ending imminent and new life coming to you with greater opportunity for your radiant soul to shine its beauty into the world. Grasp it eagerly, beloved. Now is not the time for fear or hesitation. Focus on what is becoming whilst honoring what is no longer to be. Sacred honoring ritual. Place your hands on your heart. Say the following aloud. And remember, this book says Rumi, but whatever it is that is up to you, in connection to you, that resonates with you, use that too. For it all still goes back to the same place. Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I call upon your loving grace. Please help me release what I no longer need, what is too small for my great delight. Help me recognize the purity of my own being so that I can more easily trust in the divine love calling to me like an insistent lover in every moment. Insistent. Got tongue-tied. I breathe in your compassionate grace now. Thank you, my beloved. Keep your hands resting on your heart at the center of your chest. Simply breathe in and out gently and easily. Focus on the feeling of your hands on your chest. Do this for as long as it feels good for you. When you have finished upon your eyes, you have finished your honoring ritual. I want to say this, and I want to say this. And I don't even know where this is going to go. But I know fear and death. And I know newness with this oldness. And the oldness refuses to accept this newness that may feel uncertain, but positive. And you don't even want to attach it to a positive, because it's not positive nor negative, for it's just evolution and expansion in every kind of way. But from the oldness comes the fear, and the fear of everything that can be held in the heart so dear, that causes us to cry out in this fear, that even if we don't say it out loud or speak it out into existence, like death, for instance. For death for me has been something that has stabbed me to bleed to death since as long as I could remember. And to go beyond that fierce state of death, for me, is something that's not easy. For we don't want to project out into existence the very fear of something, someone, everything. The feeling of losing everything, yet we feel so alone, yet we have nothing but something. Going beyond death, there is life. There's a lot of newness, and a lot of our oldness likes to step in with their oldness not understanding the newness. So you gotta go beyond this death into this new life.